I'm Ian Rush and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored Match Build-up show ahead of Liverpool's 222nd Merseyside Derby against, of course, Everton, because it wouldn't be a Merseyside Derby otherwise.
We haven't played Tranmere that many times.
No. I have with me, of course, Mr. Chris Pajak, Mr. John Machin, Mr. Jack Hart, and joining us from Copa90, Eli Mengem, and I've probably slightly cocked that pronunciation up.
You got it perfect.
There we go, results. If that's the first result we get, in the next few days, then that's a good start, certainly. Yeah, of course, obviously Merseyside Derby coming up, Chris. How are you feeling about it? I mean, in years gone by, under David Moyes, playing them at Anfield, that fear factor's sort of gone, but under Martinez, they're obviously flying so far this season.
They are, and they've massively changed the way they're playing football. I think fortunately for us, they've got just as many injury problems as us at the moment. But overall, it's a derby that matters for once, and it matters in the league, which is great, isn't it? I mean, it's been, since 2004, 2005 that the derby's really mattered in the league, and especially sort of late on in the season. Definitely a bit of trepidation in there because they're coming in good form, especially the way they played in the cup and stuff. So, overall, I'm glad this is a home derby and not an away derby.
Dad, what have you made of it? What have you made of Everton so far this season? Martinez is actually winning. He's not just winning Evertonians over, he's actually winning football fans in general, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a team playing that people actually like to watch, which is unusual. But I mean, what they are as an indication of what transfer windows can actually do for a team.
Yeah. Because
until like an hour before the end of the last window, they were looking to have a pretty bad season.
Yeah.
And they brought in 3 players, and they've shown that if you bring in the right players, you can actually transform your team, and that's what he's done.
Yeah.
And they're actually competing very well, and they're obviously challenging us for a spot in the top 4. On the basis of him putting together a really good side and getting them playing decent football. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Jack, we were talking about this off air, that obviously I've just had the FA Cup 4th round. Coming before this fixture, there was a concern over with injury problems with both teams. Would either team go with a full strength lineup? Liverpool pretty much did with the best team they had available to them. It looks like Everton actually did play some fringe players and it worked out for them big time.
Yeah, I mean, both sides are known for having quite a small squad at this season and in the last few years really, and we seem to be kind of hamstrung into using ours at its complete limit at the moment, which is a bit frustrating. I don't really see the side for Tuesday being all that much different to what it was yesterday. Ultimately, Everton might have a little bit more room for manoeuvre there.
Yeah, Ellie. I mean, obviously, as an Aussie, you know, what's your knowledge of Everton going into this? Because you've obviously come over for Liverpool to document the Merseyside derbies. What did you know before you actually start doing your research or whatever?
Well, funnily enough, Merseyside football has got a bit of history with Australia. You've got Craig Johnson, you've got Tim Cahill, both I guess you could say legends of the club, down under legends. So we follow it quite a bit there. Every pub's usually full for the Merseyside derby. I haven't missed one for a good couple of years. My knowledge of it is that it's Liverpool have been the better side over the last decade or so, but I remember seeing quite a few close games, and the last one was, funnily enough, during the Ashes in my city, Brisbane, and the pub was absolutely packed. It was a great game, and I just can't wait to see Lukaku and Mignolet go at it again, because I just think that last game was an absolute blinder.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously you're going to be taking in the atmosphere yourself, aren't you?
Yeah.
On Tuesday night. And so what's the ultimate aim? What's it for on Copa90?
Well, so basically we've got a new series called Derby Days. It's fantastic. We're going around Europe looking at the biggest, most unique derbies in club football. So far we've done Barcelona, and we discovered the political rivalry between that.
It's a good job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm not complaining at all. So there was the El Clasico, which was brilliant. Not a traditional derby, but the rivalry is just that intense. And then we headed over to Italy to experience the Milan derby, which we found out both clubs actually come from the same origins, which was something unique to find out. And now we're in Merseyside because everyone keeps telling me this is the derby that you've got to experience. They say it's the friendly derby, but I'm hearing other things. But no, we're going to discover over the next few days. But yeah, that's why we're here, to see why this is such a unique rivalry.
And hopefully you do, and obviously hopefully you come away seeing that Liverpool are, of course, the best team on Merseyside. Let's have your trivia question. I know this is what everybody waits with bated breath for each week. We've got Dave in with us this week, so if it's another lengthy one, in fact,
just a bit of background.
Otherwise known as guff.
Yeah.
In fact, I apologise for this, Dave, but Dave has written this on the agenda as the shite trivia question. No wisecracks about them all being shite, please. They're not all shite, Dave. I think they're excellent. So I'll begin. Everyone's sitting comfortably, got your cup of tea, cracked open a bevy. In November 1959, Phil Taylor made his last 2 signings for the Liverpool Football Club, one of which was Dave Hickson from Everton. But how many players have transferred directly across Stanley Park in either direction since Bill Shankly took charge of Liverpool? So basically, ignoring the bit about Phil Taylor in 1959.
It had nothing to do with the question.
No, I like he's contextualised, it's good.
How many signs have been since then?
Yeah, since then. Yeah, no, he's right. He's right, yeah. Since Phil
Any need to mention Phil Taylor?
No, it's good. I think that's good. I think
okay.
on the scale of 1 to mental that the questions normally are, I think that's actually quite good. So in November 1959, Phil Taylor made his last 2 signings at the Liverpool Football Club. But how many players have transferred directly across Stanley Park in either direction since Bill Shankly took charge of Liverpool? Answer, of course, at the end of the show. As I say, you're going to sit there with bated breath waiting for that one. Chris, looking back at the weekend's action, we obviously mentioned the FA Cup 4th round. And I said Everton seemed to do it right. The team they put out, they took the standard approach to FA Cup games at this sort of stage. You know, they started Naismith. They did start a number of first team players. Obviously, Jagielka only played the first 45 minutes. Barry played. I think McCarthy played as well. But obviously,
blooded McGeady for the first time.
McGeady and Naismith started. But what happened for them? And it's something that I kind of wish we'd been able to do. They brought in these fringe players. Naismith comes in and scores 2. I mean, that never seems to work out for us.
You can't doing that, can you?
No. I know, and that's it. And would you think this is going to play into their hands slightly with regards to fitness of players ahead of Tuesday?
I think had Oviedo not been injured so badly, I think it probably would have. But that'll have an effect on the squad, I think, going into the game. It certainly did for 10 minutes after the injury. During the match, but I don't think Osman will have been in his plans for the derby. I think Oviedo cemented himself. Is it Stones at the back? He's sort of played 4 or 5 out of the last 6 games for Everton as well. I think they definitely played it the right way, and they were unlucky with the Oviedo injury. Lukaku being rested scares me a lot. You know, he's coming into it, and everybody on our side, as someone mentioned before, is pretty nailed on for the same side. So we're going to be a lot tighter than they are, but then equally we've had another 5-6 hours on them, so hopefully that'll play into our hands.
Let's hope Suarez didn't eat too much birthday cake.
Yeah, did you see it? It was a belter, wasn't it?
I haven't actually seen it, but I know it was a random Liverpool fact that Steve Atkinson, who periodically appears on this show, it was his girlfriend who made Suarez's birthday cake. There you go, Claes. There's our tenuous claim.
It was Suarez as the Hulk with a pair of red shorts on.
Yeah, amazing. We'll have to we'll see if we can get a picture of that. Dan, obviously, we've got home advantage. We've been largely, exceptional at Anfield so far this season. Everton don't have the greatest record coming to visitors, but do you have any, with the contributing factors as mentioned of the weekend's games, do you have any added fear over this game?
No, actually, I'm quite relaxed about it because the players they had who actually did damage to us last time are not playing.
Yeah,
I don't think Coleman's going to play. Barkley had a really great game against us at Goodison. He's not playing. I'm a bit more relaxed about it because I think we're going to get our best players out, and they're probably not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about yourself, Jack?
I think one of the nicest things about there's obviously a lot of tension about the game based on sort of the local rivalry and that. But if you can ignore that element, one of the key things about the game is that it seems to be one of the highest stakes meetings in the derby for, I'll say possibly my generation. I can't really think of a bigger. You could argue the cup games have been bigger, but in terms of the league positions and at this stage of the season, so tight, it's a huge game at this stage.
Well, that's it. Ellie, there's only a point between us at the minute. From seeing the Premier League, or what you've seen in the Premier League so far this season, do you think as an outsider looking in, that Liverpool and Everton have what it takes to crack back into the top four, or even further, or would you expect the slightly more established teams, Spurs, and of course the other team that plays up the M62? What are your thoughts on it so far?
Well, we're beyond the halfway point of the season now, and both teams are still holding up. I thought Everton would finally drop off, being Everton. You'll enjoy that. But really, they're holding up. I mean, I watched the West Brom game, and I watched that because I knew I was coming to the derby, and I knew, a win for Everton that game. They were already on top of you. They took the 4th spot. They didn't. They got a tie. They played pretty poorly in the second half, if I'm honest. I just feel that I'm just anticipating. I can't pick it. I really can't. I think both teams haven't looked better for a good few years.
Yeah.
There's a happy relationship with coaches and players. All the controversy seems to be out of it. I don't know. I think whoever wins this one is really going to sew up that 4th spot against each other anyway. They're really going to put a bit of distance between them, especially if Liverpool get those 3 points. Everton, I don't know. The transfer window has been closed by then, and Obiado is injured. What was Coleman out? Did you say?
Yeah, he's out.
He's had a hamstring injury.
Whether he's
touch and go.
It'd be lovely if he wasn't available.
Yeah.
He's probably been their best player in the last couple of months, certainly.
And Ross Barkley?
Injured.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it's not too bad. Who'll replace him?
Osman, you'd imagine, will probably play if that's the case. I don't know. What do you reckon, Chris?
No, I think it's Barry been in the centre. Osman's been played on the wing more this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, because Pinar's not.
Pinar's, yeah. Pinar will be the one. If he's ready, he'll be the one that takes over Barkley.
So basically, the more we're saying this, though, is half of their team is out.
Yeah, they've had some really bad injuries.
Yeah, it's but unfortunately not to Lukaku.
No,
who seems to have our defence sussed from previous meetings.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. Who would you play in defence for this game?
For us,
yeah,
it depends if we've got. Sacco for me should have been nailed on for 2 weeks, but he's not even been fit enough to be on the bench, has he? If he's fit, he starts. Yeah. For me, but at the minute, who else is going to play?
But even at right back, are you playing Kelly, or you just think Flanagan will get back into the side?
I think Flanagan's got to start that. I don't think Martin Kelly's looked. I mean, even playing against.
He couldn't play 90 minutes, could he?
No, well, he couldn't play 90 minutes, which you'd maybe expect. For me, it said the fact that he brought Flanagan on for Kelly, and I said this at the time, that spoke volumes about. I think I said about Flanagan starting because he's been injured, hasn't he? Give him 15 minutes just to play, so he's not going into the derby cold. I don't know what Martin Kelly, whether he's maybe said to maybe he's keeping Martin Kelly safe in case Skrtel's, the big hole in Skrtel's head. Doesn't heal it.
That's the big worry, isn't it? If Skrtel can't play, then who's he going to play? Because he's only got Toure left.
Dad, we bought 700 centre halves in the summer. Why are we in a position where we're like, oh dear God, who's going to be lining up? It's shocking, but it makes sense now, doesn't it?
Laurie back from wherever he's.
Oh God, yeah, sorry, yeah, just turn the plate around. It's gone.
Has Kelly been featuring for the reserves recently?
That's a great question. Anyone knows?
I don't think he's gone. I think he's still in the reserves. Yeah.
Kelly?
No.
Has Kelly been playing for the reserves?
Yeah, I think he has.
Whereabouts? Centre half, right back?
So 50-50 position.
Excellent. Yeah. Top info, Ollie. Thanks very much for that. If you know any more, if you've watched more of the under 21s, let us know in the comments section underneath. I think the back four's a big worry, isn't it? I mean, Sissoko and centre mid. Forwards for sound. Yeah, got too many players to play up front at the minute.
Because I can't see him putting Coutinho in the centre like he did against Bournemouth again.
No.
Against Everton, can you?
No. God, no. Imagine.
No, I mean, doesn't bear thinking about it.
No.
I'm not even sure Coutinho will play. He looked really tired to me yesterday.
Again, I said as well, I thought the Coutinho playing at the weekend was another indication that he's not going to play, because Raheem Sterling got the rest and he obviously came on as a sub toward the end. But it says to me that it's going to be Sturridge, Suarez and Sterling. If I had to, I can't imagine we'll go. No. But then I thought Rodgers said himself after Aston Villa, didn't he, Jack, that he felt he put two attacking a lineup out, and then went and did exactly the same thing
because he's got no
midfield.
Well, that's it now. If we got Allen available, or is he ruled out?
He wasn't in the squad, was he, for Bournemouth?
Because that's going to be a major factor for Tuesday's game, whether we've got that third midfielder or not. Beyond that, we're looking at either playing the four attacking players or even bringing in Alberto, maybe, if Coutinho's not going to be involved.
It's going to happen if he doesn't start against Bournemouth, do that.
Does Alberto coming in to Merseyside Derby fill anyone else with a cold dread?
It not only fills me with a cold dread, it fills me pants with shit. Seriously.
It's major brown trousers time. It's DM, but put him as the anchor, mate. You're emaciated corpse and sat on the sheet.
Suppose the alternative, if we are short on the midfield and if Sacco is looking fit, is maybe switching to a 3 and just having the 2 in midfield with the fullbacks as well.
I think that's the only
3-4-3
thing right now. That we were talking about this, weren't we, Dad? That, you know, this, if we've got the players for it, we definitely haven't got the midfield at the minute.
We haven't got the centre backs for it.
Well, this is the thing. It's the race for fitness. Sacco versus Allen. Go. Whoever's most fit first in Tampa Tuesday.
I think he's going to play Sturridge and Suarez on a regular basis. Then he's going to play 3 at the back, basically, to have a decent midfield. But he hasn't got the players, as you say, at the moment. He's got no wing backs. Johnson's not fit.
But is there a case? I think you actually said this yesterday. Is there a case that Raheem Sterling could go to right wing back?
Yeah, I think he should have pushed him out to the left wing back against Villa last week, to be honest, rather than bringing Coutinho off. So I think there is a case for playing him as a wing back, probably right wing back. But it just again depends on who's fit, because at the moment he doesn't look as though he's got anyone to play in defence at all, apart from Toure on his own.
Yeah,
you know, one at the back.
And as much as we love Colo, and he is eternal, I don't fancy him holding off their entire team on his own. Like, he'd have a go, and that's the best thing about Colo Toure. He'd have a go. He wouldn't share any responsibility. He'd happily bring it on, like. But yeah, I wouldn't fancy it. Like
him with Flanagan on one side of him and Sissoko on the other side of him.
Jesus, that could be the worst defence anyone's ever put out in the Premier League.
Is there a case to be made, Jack, that we know that Merseyside derbies can be sort of quite hot-headed affairs. Could this be the most? I mean, we were hoping that the Goodison derby might be the most cultured one in years, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all. But is there a possibility that this could be a far more cultured affair this time around?
I don't think we'll have quite the same game as we had earlier in the season. I think, as I said earlier, the stakes are so high. I mean, you've said yourself there about the fact that you'd see the winner of this game going on to potentially take that, steal a march there. The fact is that whilst the teams are so close, all 3 of the teams, immediately, Spurs included as well, immediately within points of one another, are in control of their own season at the moment, given the fact they play each other again. That's going to change on Tuesday night with someone taking control of the situation there. So I think there'll probably be an element of caution in the game. I think the other fixtures mean that a draw is not particularly useful for either side either, so that caution might not play into the hands particularly well either. I mean, I was looking at the situation, you could get 5 teams within 5 points of each other by Wednesday evening. So someone needs to take the initiative from a supporter's point of view, but whether the managers feel they can go and do that and whether that puts in that extra bite in the game, it remains to be seen, really.
Yeah, it's interesting to know whether Martinez actually has the bottle to go and play footy at Anfield, you know what I mean? Because I think a point does us bet more good, I suppose, than them to a certain extent. Like, but will he?
But then we can't defend, can we? So
yeah,
we've got to score.
Yeah. And I don't think, but I think we've seen with Brendan Rodgers that he's not afraid to go for it. I can't see him taking a pragmatic and not defensive.
I think the other thing is, I agree with Jack. If we win, I think we've put a nail in the coffin for Everton's season. 4 points is a little bit too much for them, maybe. If they win, there's still a chance that we can come back at them with it only being 2 points. So I think we've got to go for it.
Though,
it does put it in their hands, totally, but I think there's still the chance of just a random loss against somebody and we're back in the chase.
Yeah. On it. Let's get positive again. Sturridge, Suarez, good players. Ellie, what have you made of them as a strike partnership so far this season? How do they compare with the rest of world football?
Phenomenal. You just watch everything against Bournemouth. The way they were playing to each other was just fantastic. You saw Sturridge's goal, the second, where as soon as he scored it, before he even celebrated to the fans, he turned to Suarez, pointed him and said, "It was all you. They're getting on." I didn't actually rate Sturridge that much back at Chelsea. I thought he was alright at Bolton when he was on loan. But you can see he's come to Liverpool. I was reading an interview with him at 442 and he's just happy there. He's not even scared to talk about his time with Chelsea. He said, "I didn't enjoy it. They didn't give me what I wanted. I'm so happy here at Liverpool." They're both loving it. I mean, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Suarez, the person that he is, but and I've been saying that before any of this Liverpool stuff, back in Ajax, back in the 2010 World Cup, but he's always been a freak of a player. He is top 5. Even if you don't like him, the guy can do things that only those in the top of the league can do. He's by far and large the best player in the Premier League, and when those two are on fire, how do you stop it? And then you got Coutinho as well, his creative influence. I think it's fantastic. And I think
it's going to be 0-0, like you've said this.
Yeah. No, look, I think as a Liverpool fan, you can be really excited for the years ahead if these two continue. If you can just shore up that defence and fix up those centre backs. Can I ask just quickly? You're talking about the centre back. I didn't really realise how many injuries you have. Who's your medical staff? You still have the Aussie?
No, they've gone.
Yeah, they've got, I don't even know who our medical staff is now. They're overworked or underpaid at the minute.
No, we should ask them questions why so many players are on. Is Aga still out as well?
Yeah. But last season we had barely no injuries whatsoever all season. We managed to keep Aga fit all year, Gerrard fit all year, and this season we just seem to have 2 seasons worth of injuries, don't we?
It was like they knew though with the centre half thing. Yeah. Basically it's all going to go tits up at the back around January, so let's just buy an absolute shitload of centre halves.
It might not have been too far from the truth that, Carragher's gone. It's like, who's going to step up? Right, we don't know. Let's just buy fucking loads and hope one of them steps up. Let's just put them in there.
Throw centre backs at the problem and hope 2 stick. Which they haven't though. But it's Dad, it's annoying, isn't it? Though we're getting to January and we still don't know what our best defensive, our best back four is. We only know it on paper.
We haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
Because we haven't actually seen all combinations yet.
No.
So we have to wait till everyone's fit.
Hey, someone pointed out Man City committed football sort of righty treason, didn't he, by putting 2 left-footed centre-backs in at the same time? Shock for them. I've no idea. They probably won, didn't they? They do. They tend to win.
Was it
it was last week, wasn't it? It was the League Cup. It was against West Ham.
It was Lescott and somebody.
Yeah.
Is Di Michaelis left-footed?
Don't know. You don't want me to quiz you. Don't press me on this, Chris.
Okay, I get the hints.
Who were the 2? Let me know in the comments section. Who were the 2 left-footed centre halves? We need to hold them up as a shining example for all of us lefties out there. That we can.
If it was them yesterday, they didn't do too well, did they?
No, but ultimately it worked out, didn't it? As you say, Aga and Sakho for me. I want to see that as a partnership. Other than that, I want to see Sakho and Toure get a run. Because I think Sakho is the future of Liverpool Football Club at the back, certainly, and he's just a winner, isn't he? You know what I mean? And he knows the game inside and out.
He's a leader for everybody else on the pitch as well, not just the back four.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw another player pound his fists on the pitch in just rage at having conceded a goal?
Yeah.
Name me another one.
If you get Sakho fit, you might actually see it with Skirtle with his cut end.
How hard is Martin Skirtle though? You see them stapling his head together on the touchline. Nail gun.
3 of us are on the couch like that. Man's like,
it was like that scene in Terminator where he picks his eye out. Like, that was like, dear Christ. Although I think he did tarnish his hard man reputation by revealing he's got a tramp stamp.
Yeah.
With a heart just above his crack, which is funny. You're entitled to, Martin. If you want to do that, mate, by all means, you do that. But you did look a bit of a tit, didn't you?
Proper tit.
Yeah.
And he looks like he could have a future career in the catering industry with his little chef's hat. He looked the part there, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He has to have a bit of a Petr Cech for the short term, I think, you know what I mean? Or Wayne Rooney. Some fashionable headgear.
Maybe it's a big thing in Slovakia.
Maybe that's it.
That's it. Maybe we're in the wrong.
Eastern European fashion's a different world. Trips around football.
If you're watching this from Eastern Europe, let us know. Martin Skirtle.
So I guess that Czech Republic derby's out of the question now. Half the continent.
Yeah.
Great.
Right. Okay. Then what do we think? Kish, put your balls on the line. How are Liverpool going to line up?
4-4-2.
Really?
Randomly enough, yeah. I think no, I don't think that at all. Actually, I think we're just going to line up as we did.
I'm just going to throw one ball on the line.
Yeah, right. Okay. Right back Flanagan, centre back Skirtle and Toure, left back Sissoko, Gerrard, Coutinho and Henderson in the middle, Sterling on the right, Suarez and Sturridge left and centre between them.
Okay. Anyone want to throw any?
I think Moses will play.
You think?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Coutinho will be rested, and I think Moses will play.
So basically, what you said, if we're forced to stick with the same formation approach, it'll be essentially Moses instead of Coutinho on one of the wings. When we talking about the Aston Villa.
And he played okay yesterday, didn't he?
He did. He had a good game.
That would be his best game. I mean, it does. I'm hoping it doesn't speak volumes that his best game for Liverpool's coming against the Championship strugglers Bournemouth.
They're not struggling.
Well, they're not in the Premier League, are they? Sorry, Bournemouth fans who are obviously queuing up to watch this show after the weekend.
I think he played pretty much the way he did yesterday. He'll have Suarez not playing necessarily up front on his own, and Sturridge, alternated rather than being both of them up there at once. I mean, Suarez played really deep at times, didn't he? And I think that'll probably happen again to bolster the midfield.
I just think it would be foolish. I mean, I don't know who we've got who could possibly bolster the midfield, but I think it would be foolish if we don't find a way to do it, because if Aston Villa Everton could just play the same way that Aston Villa did, and if they do, they could murder us off the back of it. I think we proved that you need to have as many bodies or as much steel in the midfield as possible. I just don't know.
One thing that Aston Villa had that Everton don't is they've had pace up front. Whereas I don't think Everton are coming off Lukaku. We've got midfielders who are going to be driving at the.
Manalas though is not.
Dangerous.
Yeah, he is, but he's not massively pacey, is he?
I think he is pacey, but I think if they've got Leon Osman, you're not worried about him breaking in beyond. Theoretically anyway. Again, let's not jinx things. Because God, imagine straight foot race, Colo Touré and Leon Osman bursting through the middle. Nah. Okay, let us know in the comment section underneath how you think Liverpool should line up in this game. We'll come to score predictions in a moment, but I know you all want to know the answer to the trivia question. Everybody wants to know the answer to that one. The question, again, was essentially, since Bill Shankly took over, how many players have transferred directly across Stanley Park in either direction? The answer, anyone want to throw any guess out? Go on, Ellie, throw a guess out.
I'm going to get 8.
Fuck off. 8. The man's definitely done his research.
Like I said, we follow the Merseyside Derby in Australia.
Oh, right, well
you don't look that old, do you?
I know, yeah, Chris, well done. There you go, yeah, 8 players have transferred directly from Liverpool to Everton and Everton to Liverpool since Bill Shankly took over at the club.
Ask him to name them now.
Yeah, go on.
Next episode.
Yeah, tune into youtube.com/Copa90 for those answers.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, from Liverpool to Everton was Johnny Morrissey in 62, Kevin Sheedy in 82, David Johnson, I'm not going to do the years, David Johnson, Alan Harper. What's the star by Alan Harper, Dave?
It should say at the bottom of the email.
Just for that, Dave said check the bottom of the email that says the star.
I was trying to involve you, Dave, but that's fine. good talk. You never made a first team appearance. Okay, that's fine.
You could have just said
Peter Beardsley and Gary Ablett from Everton to Liverpool, Nick Barmby and
Abel
Xavier. There you go. Remember him?
Yeah.
Abominable snowman, like. Yeah, there you go. So if you got that right, you're either a genius or totally lucky. Make your decisions on which that was there. Okay, score predictions. Ellie, what do you think the score is going to be?
It's a tough one, but you know what? I think neither team really want to lose this game, and they'd rather just focus on the smaller teams. I think with Everton playing so well against the big clubs like Man City, Chelsea, and United, I think they're going to go for it. But I don't think Liverpool's going to let them win at Anfield. I'm going for 2-2, but yeah, I'm going to stick with 2-2. Sorry, lads.
Set on the fence. That's fine. It's fine. It could have been worse. Go on, Jeff.
Head says score draw. Heart says we'll keep a clean sheet and win 1-0.
Wow.
3-1.
Okay, excellent.
Take it to us.
To us, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We've been going now for 4 years and no one's ever predicted a Liverpool loss.
Go on, Chris.
I think 2-2 as well.
Yeah?
I fully agree with that. I think with shipping goals, I think we'll score a couple. But
I had a dream the other night
Oh, Christ.
that we beat them 7-0.
so
Probably 2-2. Yeah, I think it's going to
were
be.
you up front in this dream by any chance, Paul? Knocking 6 past them?
I might well have been, actually, yeah.
That's how you knew you were dreaming.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I not being overly positive on this. No, I think this is going to be like the modern interpretation of Liverpool's classic Newcastle games. It's going to be 4-3 to Liverpool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, not really.
Sounds
No,
like-
not
Horrific to watch. But ultimately, as long as we score the fourth, then it doesn't really matter if we get there. Yeah, let me know your score predictions in the comments section underneath. And if you want to check out, obviously Eli's on Copa90 as well, and any of his Derby Day. What's the show's that?
It's called Derby Days, and it's on Copa90. This is episode 3. It'll be up a good week after the game.
Excellent. So obviously, Liverpool fans, if we win, check it out. If we don't, no, do check it out as well. Do check it out as well, of course. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, gents. Thank you very much for joining us on a slightly strange Sunday filming session. Yeah.
It's nice though.
Is it? We've got a massive a week coming up for Redmen TV. We've got Deadline Day Live coming up on Friday. Yes, those of you who remember what we did back in September. Nipple slips from Chris and lots of transfer breaking news and everything in between.
But more nipple slips than transfer news.
No, let's hope not. Unless that's your thing. Yeah, so do check that out. We'll be building up to that as the week goes on. We're gonna have loads of guests and we're gonna have fans of other clubs as well. So we're gonna stop being quite so Liverpool centric this time round. But don't worry, if you want it to be Liverpool centric, it's still gonna be pretty Liverpool centric. So check that out. We'll be releasing the links closer to Friday. But put more information, of course, on our Twitter account and Facebook account as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. If you want to watch more Redmen TV goodness, of course, check out the redmentv.com, which is free for a month and loads of extra bonus content. Anyway, yes, gents, of course, absolute pleasure. Ellie, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks
I'll get you guys.
Yeah, and we'll see you all next week. Ta-da.